If I only knew work from home as what's happened over the last year and a half, I don't think I'd like it very much. And that is really saying something because in my day job, I'm the CMO of an e-commerce company and we are pretty much 100% work from home and we have been for over 5 years and I love it. But all the benefits of work from home and the very best parts just don't exist in the pandemic and lockdown work from home environment. If you're in that situation where you either are trying to make a decision about flexible work and how many days you should be in the office versus work from home, or you pretty much don't have a choice and your company has said we're all working from home from here on out, and you're excited but also a little bit like, oh my gosh, what is this going to mean? What is it really like? I wanted to put together my quick viewpoint on all the things that work from home offers that we haven't been able to take advantage of during the pandemic, and just to give you that encouragement that work from home is awesome right now, but you ain't seen nothing yet. It is the best thing that will ever happen to you if you optimize it and really take advantage of everything working from home has to offer. Working from home is so much better than you think it is. Before we jump into the discussion, I want to just remind you quickly that I post videos every single week about health and wellness and mindset and success. So if those topics interest you, for sure hit the notification bell, subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss those. One thing that's so critical to work from home success is having a very consistent, reliable routine, schedule, habits, all those things. And the pandemic just kind of stole that from us in general, consistency, the idea of, I know in a few months what will be happening. So I actually, in preparation for this and just in my own readings, I have seen a lot of data around people who feel like work from home is taking that consistency and routine, and the consistency and routine is all about having an office to go to. And I think I'd push back on that a little bit. I think that that actually doesn't have a whole lot to do with work from home, because I felt that way working from home during the pandemic, and I never really felt that way before the pandemic working from home. Of course, I had to create a new routine when I started working from home. Of course, anytime you change, I mean, that's like saying, oh, never get a new job, because then you'd have to create a new routine. I mean, it's silly actually, but I think that the work from home thing and the pandemic thing kind of got meshed when really the uncertainty and all of that involved in this pandemic and this awful time we've all gone through doesn't have a whole lot to do with work from home. And when I've been working from home and really working from anywhere, my routines and habits are actually so much more consistent, because I know that I get up in the morning, I get ready, I get dressed, my commute is the 30 steps down the hall to my office, I work for this time, then I stop and get some breakfast with the kids, and then I do this. I mean, I'm able to create the same consistency and routine, and I can do everything in a really condensed time because I'm not going anywhere. Except kind of when I do go somewhere. That doesn't make any sense. But what I mean is this concept of work from anywhere. Work from anywhere is a little different than work from home, because there are people who live that fully digital nomadic lifestyle, and that's so cool. I'm not quite envious, but I think I'm intrigued. I think it's so cool. I could see myself doing that sometime, once my kids I'm an empty nester and all those things. But the work from anywhere thing for me has also been kind of stolen during this time. Understandably so. We needed to stay in. I'm happy to do that. But it is one of the critical benefits of working from home, the flexibility to travel. And anybody who's just now working from home for the first time during the pandemic has never gotten to experience how amazing it is to, if you would normally take a week off work and really be at your vacation spot, you can now take 2 or 3 weeks, stay longer, and just work a few hours a day or 5-6 hours a day while you're there. It's amazing. It's important when you work from home to commit to a working environment. And I know that people are working from their kitchen tables and their bedrooms and all of these things because either they don't have the space or they don't want to create the space because like, why? You could be going back to the office next month for all we know at this point. But once you have the commitment that you know you're going to be working in your home, you can create a space for yourself that works for you, that you enjoy being in, that you're productive in. And it's that doorway theory. When you walk through that doorway, or you pull that curtain shut, or whatever your little cubby hole is, you put on the mindset of work. I've heard a lot of talk like that's very different, that there's no delineation, but it doesn't have to be that way. I think a lot of the reason it's been that way is because there hasn't been a certainty that this is a forever thing. And so why create new routines? Why get an office? Why do any of those things when you don't even know what tomorrow will bring? Once we have a more normal amount of consistency and certainty, you can create an office that works for you. I want to show you my office just for fun, and you can see like how I've set it up, knowing that I have a lot of experience from work from home, and so I know what's worth investing in and what's not. So this is my webcam setup. You can see that I take a lot of time to think about how I'm presenting even through the webcam. I like to see people's environment. Am I just nosy? Am I the only one? Tell me in the comments. But one of my favorite things in the world is like seeing people's natural environment. To me, the setup, the webcam, the lights, the whole thing is about showing up in a way virtually that is in keeping with how I would show up in person. I always want it to seem, when I'm on these conference calls, like somebody is sitting across from a boardroom table with me, or sitting across from, we're having a cup of coffee together, and it has that same feeling to it, and I'm able to connect to that person even though we're obviously not in person together. After I just sat here and showed you everything about my backdrop and how great it looks, because I am really proud of it. I think it looks really good, but I also want to show you the real, okay? So let's do a little office tour. So here's the webcam, right? Here's what you saw on the webcam. You see this pretty little tree, happy little tree? It looks like, oh, what a beautiful decorative element. No, its function is, that's the demarcation line for slime materials, crafting materials, all the things to entertain the kids while mommy works. So we sit right here, and we be very quiet, and we paint, and we play, and it doesn't matter if it's a mess, because look at the magic line. So this is my view, what I see. Look at the lights, guys. Everybody's always like, oh, you look so young for your age. Child, I look old as can be. But you'd never know it, because I got the lights going. We have to have it. But yeah, this is my view. This is my life. This is hours and hours every day. But what I love is that I love this space. I love being in here. This is such an area of passion as a health and wellness coach, this idea of balance. As I was researching for this video, I read a lot of articles about balance, and it's funny because about half of them were saying how work from home is way more balanced, and about half of them were saying that being in the office is way more balanced. Which is healthier for you, working in the office or working from home? And it's split. And the reason for that, we have to know, is because it's individualized what you optimize, what you do for your life. It honestly doesn't have a thing to do with the location you do it in. I want to put a fine point on how much healthier I find my life to be when I'm in a work from home environment. In the normal times, I don't work from home all day, every time. If I get ready to meet with somebody, have lunch with a colleague, brainstorm with the team, we can do that. But it's my choice. And I think that health and wellness is really about living a life of intention, purpose, and choicefulness. I choose how to structure my life. Tell me if you think of it in a different way, because I think there's no right way. It's a lot of different ways to think about it that are all valid. But for me, I just want integration. I want holistic wellness. I want a life where I don't need a vacation from that life. And I think that work from home gives me the ability to structure my life in such a way that I can create really strong boundaries. I can spend time on self-development. I can feel extremely successful and productive in my career, driven, honoring my ambition, all of those things at one time. If you want to keep learning, click right here. If you want to subscribe, click right here. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. I appreciate you so much. And until the next one, be well.